Okay everybody, thanks for being here. This is a totally different video than what you're used to. There won't be any horses in this, but it is a little bit interesting, I think. We're going to be making a cup, a simple one. It's kind of simple. So a while ago, I've had this idea for quite some time, but a while ago I really kind of thought about, oh, how can I do this? Should I order these things? Should I make these things? But I've always liked the idea of having a custom cup. And we were at the dollar store for Christmas time, and I found one of these little sort of Christmas make your own cups. Now it's not very big, but the idea is that you can actually take out the inside, and you can take out this piece of paper that lives on the inside, and if you're a kid you could color it or something like that. And then it could mimic what's sort of on the inside of here already. If I can get this out. Okay, got it out. But if not, if you didn't want to do anything like that, and we'll take the sticker off, you now have essentially a truly design your own cup, because you can put anything inside of here, and then the cup goes back in and screws back on, and you're golden. But that to me still wasn't enough. And when that maple tree came down, I had a few more ideas of what I wanted to do for some wood stuff. And one of them was this cup. To which I thought, well, maybe I'll just make that. Not bad, not bad. And I think it turned out pretty good. The idea is simple. We take a piece of wood, we turn it, make it fit, put this thing in, you're done. Now, each one of these takes a little while to make, but well worth it. Very, very just nice feel to it. It looks good. It's custom. Nobody else has a cup like this. And the inside was $1, and the outside was essentially firewood, which I have a piece of right here. This cup was made from a piece just like this. And that's what I really like about it. I really like the fact that I can make something straight from a piece of wood that I've cut from a tree that has fallen down somewhere around here. This is not maple, but I think it's birch, to be honest. But I've got a lot of it hanging around. So let's get started on making a cup. Okay, so the first thing we want to do to make this is we've got to figure out what wood we have to do this with. So what I do is I take the cup here and I take it apart, take the lid off because we don't need the lid for the time being, and we take out the insert because we need to be sure that this piece is bigger than what the insert is. So I'm going to take my widest side, which I think is this side, and make sure that it fits. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to try to bring that towards the camera a bit, but it should be able to fit all the way around, which it does. So if I hold that there, you can see that it fits in there. Now this side here also fits. In fact, that's about the same. So luckily this piece is actually pretty, well, it's not square, but you know, it fits all the way. So what I'll do is I'll find where I'm going to put this cup in. We're going to trace it out with a pencil, find the center, and then we're going to stick it up on the lathe. So let's get started. Okay, so this isn't exactly a woodworking lathing channel, but there's a little bit of a montage there. I need to figure out exactly how much I need to cut off or to lathe off, cut, whatever. So I'm going to take my cup and I'm just going to measure to where I can have, there, I'll show you. Okay, so if we look here, we can see if I put my cup there, if we do this, we can see that I've almost got enough. And actually the cool thing is I was able to leave a little bit of this bark in. I kind of like it. I'm hoping it'll, okay, camera. All right. So if we look here, I've left in a little bit of bark. I kind of like it. We'll see if it sticks. If it doesn't, that's fine. But anyways, what we want to do is measure. All right. Let's stop the autofocus from moving. Is measure a little bit of a base here because we're going to use a drill bit to get down into here, and it's going to poke a little bit into the wood. So I want a little bit extra. I also have to make what's called a tenon to go into the chuck, which is going to hold this thing on when I go to hollow it out. So I'm just going to give myself, I've got a lot here, so I'm going to give myself a good almost an inch of space so that I know that the top of the cup is going to be somewhere around here. And then I'll just take my pencil and I'll sort of mark off somewhere around there that I know that I need to get to for stripping off the rest of this here. So let's get to that. Okay, I think we got it. Next thing I need to do is just double check and make sure that I have enough. There's no use me continuing on this project any longer if I don't have enough width here. So we're going to double check that. Now it says 79, 81, 82. So the bottom has the most, which I was kind of aware of when I was working on it. 82. So just use these little, can't see it, but these little calipers to sort of detect. So I'm going to make this the top of the cup and this will be the bottom because it can be narrower. Now the cup itself, here, we can measure this as well to discover exactly how much we need for sure, which is going to be the bottom of the lip up top, which looks to be 73. So we've got lots, which is really good because we want to make sure that the lip of the of the bottom piece here, actually come to think of it, we actually want this piece okay, so we want to make sure that this piece that we have the wood that's going to meet up with this really nicely. So we're going to measure the top of that, and it says 76, so that means that definitely we want to, well, 76 we can choose either end, because that's 79 and that is 82. So now it's just a design decision. Okay, so all done. This is what's called a blank, a wood blank. And from this point, we need to get into the chuck, which is this little dealio right here. Fits in like that, tighten it down, put it on the lathe. Looks good. Test for wobble. We're ready to start hollowing this thing out. Whew. Okay, so with the inside now being carved out, and I've done a bunch of sort of test fits and stuff like that. Just a little bit there. I'm going to quickly vacuum it out. Move that out of the way. And we can make sure that this actually properly fits into here and seats down far enough. Now it really, really does have to seat down far enough because, as you can see here, right, this gap here matters because we've got this bit that's actually going to go in here first. It doesn't fit yet because the inside diameter, yeah, let's see if we can get this to focus. The inside diameter of this part here is too small for this piece here. But we do know that the cup will go all the way in, so that is really good. This little bit here was well, I cut this part off, and that's pretty super self-explanatory. I don't think I need to tell you how I did that. So, and all lathing work, honestly, there's probably there's far better channels than what mine would be if I were to show you everything that I do. My least favorite part, honestly, is hollowing out the cup. I don't like it at all. It's actually quite hard, and but it's done. It's fine. It takes about, oh, I don't know. I think I've probably spent about 30 minutes on that part. Another 15 minutes getting this thing cleared off. Somewhere 10-15 minutes in there. So I'd say I probably put about an hour into this. We're almost done. I'm actually really excited. So last thing I need to do is make sure that this is going to fit in. And just like my example cup that I've already completed, you can see when we take out the insert that it fits quite nicely in there. You see that? So that's what's going to happen, and then this thing just goes right on, screws on, and you got a cup. All right, so let's get started getting this thing fit, and we're almost finished. Then it'll be the fun part, to me, which I think is the fun part, is actually shaping the outside. And I think I'm going to end up losing this bark, but we'll see. Shaping, sanding, cut off the bottom, it attaches to the chuck. We're finished. All right, let's do this. A little bit more. just right. That will snug on for sure. Whew. That's it. Okay, with that out of the way, we can now fit this in for sure. It fits. A little bit of sawdust in there. No problem. This goes in quite nicely. It gets snug just near here. That's perfect. Now, it's very thin on this edge here, but we've got a lot of thickness here. We can tell if we use our micrometer. Very handy tool if you have to measure things. Little digital micrometer. Anyways. So we measure this top bit here, and it is 78.5, and the bottom is 81. So 3 millimeters difference. The middle is 80. So it's got a taper, you know, like that. So we're going to thin it in the middle. I'm going to see if I can leave the bottom and don't touch the top at all. I'm going to worry about cracks when it gets this thin. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. It's a little low. Okay. Always wear protection. .73.5 millimeters. I think I'm happy with that. I'm now going to sand it, and figure out. We also need to figure out how much I need to trim. Yeah. Okay. 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 I think the lathe work is done for this. It's been given a really good sanding. We can take it out of the chuck now, and like all wood, it does tend to sort of have micro cracks. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that there. Let's see. Maybe not. Let's zoom in a bit. Come on, camera. There. There. So we're gonna fix that with essentially with a bit of glue. But it doesn't look too bad. It does sort of travel. I don't see it going far, so I'm gonna cut this off with the bandsaw over there, and we'll put some glue in it before I sand it one final time and put the cup in. So, okay, the glue is in the house and it's still pouring rain. So, what are you gonna do? Okay, so this is CA glue. It's super glue essentially, and I'm just going to apply a little bit in these cracks. And what it'll do is sort of harden things up a little so that the crack doesn't continue. And you kind of apply this stuff pretty liberally, like that. And we'll give it a light sanding later. This crack is traveling quite some ways, so make sure that gets properly bonded in there. I hope. Okay, let's cut it. And sand off the bottom. When it gets close, we can use the top one. And that's pretty much it. Simple. Now you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see here, but hopefully you will be able to. There's a slight seam right there. See, this is more, it's more closed, and that's got a little bit open. So I'm going to cut a little bit of the plastic on the inside, and then we'll be done. Ha! Okay, so we're done. Looks pretty good. We managed to keep a little bit of this bark here. It's kind of cool. Not much though. And this is the shape. The cracks have filled in. Sometimes inevitable, but I think that turned out pretty good. I like the shape of it. Looks kind of cool. So anyways, I hope that has been kind of interesting for you guys. Just a little off thing to do. And it goes in there. Lid goes on top. All done. All right. that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see about whether or not I do something else in the near future. Should be fun. Okay. See you guys next time.